I am Dr. Charles Apoki. I am looking at value, value the currency of human relationships. And I want to relate this to Jimmy Carter. Some people will say that Jimmy Carter was the worst president America had. Excuse me. It depends on your perspective. For Black people, minorities, Hispanics, and several others. Excuse me, he was the first president to bring a lot of them into governance based on the value he had for them. And we must not forget that the Camp David Accord between Egypt and Israel was as a result of his intense diplomatic activities. And the Middle East has not degenerated to cause a third world war because of that deal between Egypt and Israel. The Iranian hostage crisis could have derailed any person's presidency. That he was a one-term president does not make him the worst president. Even if he is the worst president, that is only one aspect of his life. The remaining aspect of his life is what I am most interested in. And that is his humanity. He valued the role that God gave to him to play as a Sunday school teacher. And he played it into his 90s. He valued his community, Plains, a small town of about maybe 800 people. One of the pastors said that they had more cats or pets than human beings. He valued his community. There's the story of one chair that was not too good. Jimmy Carter carried it and repaired it and brought it back. His association with Habitat, the organization that was building houses, he would climb as a former president. One time he fell, had a black eye. He still went for the activity that he was supposed to go. He was a man who was tenacious in his desire to help humanity. And his society also reflected value. I will take it one after the other. The farm where he grew up, as at the time when there was no electricity, there was no pipe-borne water, in 1924, 100 years back, there was no electricity there, but there was a windmill and some other things. Do you know the Americans preserved that? Or is it the Carter Foundation preserved those things? It became part of the national park. If it is in Nigeria, condemn, will have gone to losing the tower of the windmill and sold it as scrap metal. We remove railway lines in Itakpe area to sell. We remove pylons that carry electricity to Bayelsa and to some parts of Abuja. We pull them down to sell as scrap metals. The Benin Moat is the biggest man-made structure on earth in Benin City here, bigger than the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is bringing a lot of money to to China through tourism. The Benin moat, we defecate inside, we throw corpses inside, we throw refuse inside. It has collapsed. Nobody has maintained it. Value. Why is there this defect in our thinking about value? Number one, scarcity, deprivation, poverty, hunger, immediate gratification. When people have scarcity, hunger, poverty, ignorance, illiteracy, and immediate gratification, they can sell their father's grave to feed. Sell their father's grave to feed. And so, when a whale lands in a beach, you will see the community in developed societies will bring a crane to help push it into the water. Here, we'll butcher it, eat it. I see people go for fishing. They'll catch fish, admire it, throw it inside. A rabbit ran out of a gate in a park in Germiston in Johannesburg. The person who was carrying me said he would go to the council to tell them that they should repair the gate so that the rabbit does not run into the road and be crushed by a car. Value. Jimmy Carter, his coffin was pushed in a hearse by the former Secret Service agents who had been protecting him over the years, about 10 of them. Some of them have become very old, but he valued them. Relationship, value for service rendered to you by people less than you. We don't value people here. Value. We don't value service. We don't value relationship. Value. And then the people of his town, Plains, lined the road towards where they were taking him to when he was going to the farm where he grew up. Lined the road. I was just thinking, he did not establish a factory there because he knows that the system will take care of him and take care of his people. This Kolobi mentality, Kolobi, grab, is a sense of insecurity. Where there is insecurity, that is no guarantee of the future, people don't have value. They don't have value for rules and regulations. They don't have value for decency. I was telling Abraham that was watching the funeral procession with me. I told him that there were no persons hawking or doing one thing. If it is in Nigeria, that crowd will be a good opportunity for somebody to hawk granite, sell stockings, sell one thing or the other. They valued the moment. There was security of tomorrow's food. They valued his service. That Carter is a man that will come and pray with you, will visit you. He lived in his 2-bedroom house in Plains. Value. The people reciprocated value. Value is reciprocity of opportunity cost. They left, they were ready to forgo their businesses, whatever they were to do that day, to honor Jimmy Carter. And the way the vehicles entered the farm, the control, the order, value for orderliness, value for systems. The man just stretched his hand like this The car drove there and stopped. Nobody jumped. Come out, come out. Value. Without committing a fallacy of hasty generalization, the development of values, the respect for value, and the creation of value for each other, for our environment, for our rules and regulations, for our systems, and for society and our environment is the foundation for any society that we develop. And that's what we have killed in Nigeria and many African societies. Could be hunger, ignorance, illiteracy, and several factors I've enumerated. The rebuilding of our nations must start from our values. The rebuilding of any family must start from values. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up 10th and 11th of January, starting the year, hitting the ground running 2025 financially. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Send a message to the admin on +234 80 21 21 92 62. He will send you the flyer. We'll have properties for sale. God bless you.